We're talking course fashion today. What to wear, what not to wear. There's so many stereotypes of what to wear on the golf course.
Golf is not that hard.
Well, it doesn't have to be. That's why we cut through all the highbrow golf BS to give you what you really need to know to enjoy the golfing experience.
I'm Doug Smith.
And I'm Cheyenne Woods.
And together we have over 50 years experience playing the game of golf at every level.
Every week we'll break down a new topic in 10 minutes or less, answering some of the most popular questions in golf today.
You're welcome. Whew, this topic might have some opinions across the board for us, Shy. You know, we're thinking about what we should wear to the golf course as it relates to following a dress code or certain type of fashion we're trying to achieve. I'd first look at what course we're playing. If you're playing a very prestigious golf course, then I think it would behoove you to look at the course's dress code policy. Most courses have a dress code. You can find that on the email that they use to confirm their tee times, or you can just look at the frequently asked questions on the course's website. Now, that's where the can opens, if you will, Cheyenne, because those rules are also open to interpretation.
Definitely, especially in today's day and age where you have all of these golf companies that are really opening up Pandora's box of what's acceptable to wear on the golf course. You know, golfers are athletes, and you're seeing the golf clothes become more and more athletic. You're seeing people come out with some personal style. You're seeing people a little bit more swaggy out there. We're getting more distant from those country club stereotype of the button up with the sweater and the Dockers. You know, you're seeing people out there in Air Maxes. You're seeing people out there with flat brim hats. So it's definitely becoming more millennial, I would say, out on the golf course nowadays.
Now, as golf makes an effort to stay traditional and true to the past traditions of the game and yesteryear, do you see conflict when you're at the course, Cheyenne? You know, I know you're traveling, playing the LPGA Tour and various events. Are you seeing this millennial, collision with tradition or stereotypes of what's wrong or right when it comes to what to dress like on the golf course?
I think we saw this at its worst. I think it was last year or the year before on the LPGA Tour when we had the dress code change of what girls were expected or not expected to wear while on the golf course. Like I said, a lot of this clothing is becoming more athletic. The LPGA put in a rule to where if we did have sleeveless tops, they must have a collar. You cannot have low V-neck shirts. You have to have a certain length of skirt. So as loose and flexible as the dress codes are becoming, there are fine lines as to what some people are willing to accept and boundaries that they are willing to cross. But going to your average golf course, I see everything. And I'm sure you've seen some crazy stuff out there.
I wouldn't call it crazy. Like you said, I think traditionally it's hard to look like that on the golf course. You know, the average person, they have way more going on as it relates to they're going to the golf course from the gym or they're going to the golf course from being active. Okay, so it's a hindrance when that individual goes to the gym, they want to go practice or they want to go play, and they've got to literally go through this whole transformation to put on their khakis and their collared shirt or their slacks. Golf needs to grow. And that's what we're trying to do with Birdies Not BS. We're trying to grow the game. But in growing the game of golf, it also has to be open to different ideas, different fashion senses, different traditions, and different things that people identify with as the game continues to seek a new demographic. So the dress code can be a hindrance to some people. For me, I've enjoyed wearing more tennis shoe-like golf clothes. I've enjoyed being able to see the women wear their yoga pants and be more comfortable on the golf course. Let's face it, it's about comfort too. You want to be comfortable when you're somewhere for 3.5, 4 hours. You don't want to be, stuffy, right, Cheyenne? Correct me if I'm wrong here.
I mean, and you're out in the heat, you're spending 3 to 4 hours playing a round of golf. Definitely, you want to be comfortable. You're swinging, all day. You want to be able to move freely. And like you mentioned before, yes, it's a sport, but it's also a lifestyle. We are playing golf, but you're going to go get drinks after. You're going to go have lunch after. You're going to meet up with whoever. And I think that transition from course to the 19th hole has become much more blurred, which I love. I love being able to go straight from the course to a restaurant and not feel like everyone knows I just played 18 holes of golf.
What's your favorite golf lifestyle thing to wear, Cheyenne?
My absolute favorite would be my Air Max Nike golf shoes. I wear them all the time. They're so comfortable. And honestly, I've been somewhat against the tennis shoe like golf shoes because of, we're going to discuss this later, because of traction. But I love them. They go with everything, and I can run to the grocery store really quick and I'm not hearing the click clack, on the cart pad or on the sidewalk or in the grocery store. And I feel like a normal person and not just like a crazy golfer who wears my golf stuff everywhere.
We're sitting here, we're talking about things we like and needing to lax the dress code policy. Well, what about the people that take it too far? What about the guys in rompers or girls with cleavage to their belly buttons? Is there a place for those things in golf? Or is this something that golf will have to get used to? Or is this something that should also stay away from golf?
First of all, I have never seen a man in a romper, and I have never seen the cleavage to the belly button. So I don't know what courses you're playing at, but I'm not going to go with you.
It's real out here in Phoenix.
I will not be your +1. But you're right. Some people are comfortable in wearing some different stuff. So it comes down to respect, whether it be the course or the people around you or the sport in general. You're seeing it a lot with women right now and, being a little bit sexier or cute on the golf course. And I'm all for it. You're a woman, you're fierce, you're an athlete, you want to be cute. But for me, I don't need to see ass cheeks on the golf course. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people do, but for me personally, as a woman playing golf, I feel my best when, I go for skirts. I go for a shirt that fits me well, where I feel like I'm still able to be cute and still feel like I can go to a golf course, go to the 19th hole, and I can still have a great round. So for me, I'm a professional golfer and I'm really lucky to have the access to clothes, but I know growing up, it was very hard. And for those amateurs who love to play golf and are looking for the cute, trendy, affordable clothes, there are resources for you to use, whether it be online or you don't necessarily have to go to golf stores to find affordable golf clothes. I used to find so many golf clothes at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Target. And it doesn't have to be golf clothes. It could be tennis clothes. It could be yoga, anything athletic that is comfortable and that you think fits for a golf course.
We covered a lot in our time together for this episode, Cheyenne, about the do's and the don'ts of fashion, as also where to buy clothes. But we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, the listener. What fashion trends are you seeing when you're on the golf course? What hurdles or barriers are you having to jump over because you might not be the traditional golfer? Let us know. And as you know, it's time to get technical. In this episode, we want to discuss exactly what we kind of already alluded to. What shoes should you wear? Does the shoe matter? Now, Cheyenne, you're a professional. Talk to me about how do you select your shoe? You alluded to a shoe that you can go from the course to the bar or the 19th hole. Are you wearing spikes to the 19th hole?
Not at all. Back in the day, that's all we had as an option were spikes, whether it be the hard spikes or the soft spikes, the plastic spikes. But nowadays, you are seeing the tennis shoe golf shoes to where you can go off the course and nobody would know that these are literally golf shoes. There is a difference, though, in the tennis shoe versus spikes versus a thicker sole. What would you suggest for people when they're looking for the correct shoe for them?
That's a great question. I like to think of the shoe as your 15th club, okay? When we're varying our shoe type, we're also going to vary how we grip the ground, meaning where we put pressure in the shoe could change from shoe to shoe, how the shoe grips the ground as we go through our swinging motion. So a shoe, honestly, is a very, very important call. If you're playing at higher levels, I would say pay a lot of attention to your shoe and your spike type, going spikeless or non-spikeless, more tread in the non-spikeless shoe versus very treaded in the shoe. I tell you to pay attention to that. Which shoes, some shoes are more stable than others. When you're looking for a shoe, make sure it provides the comfort, number one, two, the stability that you need, and determine if you want to play spike or spikeless, because now we have the option. And if you just want to be cute, hell, have 10 pairs of shoes with all different treads. Doesn't matter. So that's it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate everybody in all the countries. I think, Cheyenne, I'm so impressed by how far we've been able to reach across the world with, we've seen Australia, Bermuda. That's Shout amazing. Out to the folks in Bermuda. It's unbelievable. Thank you guys so much for listening. You know where to find us.
Birdies Not BS on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and birdiesnotbs.com. Send us your questions, comments. We'll read them here on the show.